so that I can be set and ready to play, so that I can just breathe. So I don't have to think about like resetting my mouth after I take a big breath, so it's not. Think about keeping the top lip set on the mouthpiece maybe while you're breathing. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. So let's try that. Yeah, let's try that. So I'll do the same thing. You can just breathe on the first four. Ready? So, 2. Yeah. Yep. So that's the idea. When you think about breathing over 4 counts, you want to think about this motion of air where it's coming into the body and it's leaving the body, instead of like breathing over 2 counts, holding the air and then expelling the air. Because as you do that, the air becomes stale and you start to create tension in your body. And when you start to create tension because you're holding the air inside, you're more likely to like frack a note or something. So this time when we do it, think about breathing in, and if you have to pace your breathing a little bit so that you're filling up over all 4 counts, think about doing that, and then right on the downbeat where the F starts, think about just reversing the airflow. So that it's in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, instead of like an in, 2, hold, and out sort of thing. So think about that. So let's do that again. So the exercise is going to be breathe in for 4, count it off for 4 beats, and then we'll repeat that. So it'll be in for 4 again. Okay? So, ready? In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, and in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2. Good. Yeah, so that's good. That's the idea. Just continue to think about just like the constant flow of air. You want to think about just your lungs filling up and reversing the air back through the horn, and that'll really help to develop a good sound. And you're already sounding better, so that's good. Yeah. So let's see. Let's just expand on that a little bit. It's going to be pretty much the same thing. It's going to be, so instead of just breathing in for 4 and then playing in concert F, well, no, I don't want to do this, because I don't have it written down. We'll come back to that. Okay, we're not going to do that. So let's take a look here. I think what I want to do now is,
we could do like the first seal.
Yeah, we could start to work on those. Yeah, why don't we do that? That sounds good. So, how far have you worked through the book? Just the first couple pages?
Just about like right here.
Okay.
Not that much.
Okay. Cool. Okay, cool. So, why don't we go ahead? We can start on the first one, if you like.
Okay.
Or, I see you have the...
Yeah, the circles mean that that's what I did. That's what I was supposed to practice, and if they're X'd off, that means I played on 4.
Oh, okay. Ah, okay.
But I can play like any one page of it.
Yeah. Well, let's go to... Why don't we do number 2, since you've done that one.
Okay.
Do you want me to count you off, or do you just want to play it?
I'll just play it.
Good. Yeah, that's pretty good. So I want to work with you on starting to apply some of the breathing stuff that we just did. especially when you start the piece, I want you to think about taking a full breath before we start. So if you want to think about in your head, just 1, 2, 3. Da, 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 da. Think about taking those full breaths at the beginning. So think about breathing for this piece, or for this selection. Think about breathing over 1 or 2 counts. So if you want to think in your head like 4 beats, 1, 2, da, da, sort of like that. That way you're sort of incorporating that full breath into it. So why don't we work on just taking the beginning up to this half note here, and we'll sort of go on from there. But think about that. So I'll count you off this time. I'll give you 4 beats. Breathe in on 3, 4, and then play. Does that sound good?
Okay.
So 1, 2, in. Yeah, good. And think about holding the half note as full value. So that's good. Just think about breathing in and reversing the air right back to the horn. Okay, let's try that one more time. Give you another shot. 1, 2, in, 2, out. Yeah, good. So now, that's much better. When you do that, I hear much more connection between all of the notes instead of hearing little breaks because you're struggling for air. It sounds a lot more comfortable. So let's continue to work through this. So for the next breath, see, it sort of has all the phrasing marks in there, all the breath marks in here.
Mm-hmm.
So for each of those, can we try? So if I had you take an 8th note breath on each of those, would you? So I'll just sing it and sort of solidify it. So da 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 da. It's kind of fast. Let's just think about taking a 1/4 note breath on each of those half notes.
Okay.
So they're going to be like a 1/4 note value, breathe in, and then come in for the next one. So da da do 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 do.
Should I add an extra beat in, or should I
no.
make that?
You don't
shorten that one.
Yeah, shorten. You want to shorten the value because if you start adding beats, then it won't line up when you start putting it with like the rest of the band. Because I think this is meant to be played together. So you never want to think about adding beats. So let's try that for now. So I'll count you in. I'll give you 4, and then inhale for 2. On 3, 4, and play. And let's go all the way through the first line.
Okay.
1, 2, in. Yeah, so that's the idea. It's just working out the coordination of when to breathe in and stuff. Let's see. Okay. Why don't we move quickly? Let's go on to number 3 now.
Okay.
I already played that one too, so but we'll just spend some time on that. So you want to just play that one down for me?
Sure.
Okay. That's good. That's fine. Yeah. Yeah. So on these concert Fs, is your